Welcome to POMpod, the Peace of Mind podcast, brought to you by Gasper Law in Texas. I'm Travis Gasper, and each week we talk about estate planning in a way that's clear, practical, and designed to reduce overwhelm so you can protect the people you love and create more peace of mind. Today we're talking about one of the most common and most overthought questions in estate planning. Do I need a will or do I need a trust? If you've ever found yourself stuck in Google searches, comparison charts, or well-meaning advice that only made things more confusing, you're not alone. My goal today is simple: to help you understand the difference between a will and a trust in Texas without overthinking it, so you can make a thoughtful decision that fits your life. Let's start with why this question feels harder than it needs to be. Most people are introduced to wills and trusts through online articles, social media sound bites, or advice that starts with everyone should have a trust or you only need a will. And the problem is, those statements are rarely complete or accurate. Estate planning isn't one size fits all, and choosing between a will and a trust isn't about doing the most planning. It's about doing the right planning. Let's talk about wills first. A will is a legal document that says who should receive your assets when you die, names a guardian for minor children, appoints an executor to carry out your wishes. In Texas, a will is often the foundation of an estate plan. But here's the key thing many people don't realize. A will only takes effect after death. That means it does not help if you become incapacitated, if someone needs to manage finances while you're alive, if medical decisions need to be made. Those situations are handled by other documents like powers of attorney. One thing people often hear about wills is wills go through probate. That's true. But probate in Texas isn't automatically bad or scary. In many cases, Texas probate can be straightforward, efficient, and relatively affordable. The real question isn't, does it go through probate? It's, what does probate look like for your situation? For some families, probate is manageable. For others, it's something they'd prefer to minimize or avoid. And that's where trusts often come into the conversation. A revocable living trust is a legal arrangement that allows assets to be managed during your lifetime, managed if you become incapacitated, distributed after death. When assets are properly placed into a trust, they typically do not go through probate. But here's an important clarification. A trust is not just a document, it's a system. And that system only works if it's properly set up and funded. One of the biggest myths I hear is trusts are only for wealthy people. That's not true. Trusts can be helpful for people who own real estate, want privacy, have blended families, want continuity during incapacity, or want to simplify things for loved ones. At the same time, a trust is not automatically better than a will. It's more complex, it requires follow-through, and it needs ongoing attention. Here's a simple way to think about it. You might lean toward a will-based plan if your situation is relatively straightforward, you're comfortable with probate, you want a simpler setup. You might lean towards a trust-based plan if you want to avoid or minimize probate, you own real estate, especially in more than one state, you want a smoother transition during incapacity, you value privacy and continuity. Neither choice is about being better prepared. Both can create peace of mind when done thoughtfully. For LGBTQ+ families, and families built in non-traditional ways, this decision can carry additional layers. A trust can offer clear structure, continuity, and added reassurance. But the most important part isn't whether you choose a will or a trust, it's that your plan clearly reflects your family, your values, and your intentions. Here's the part I really want you to hear. The success of your estate plan depends far less on whether you choose a will or a trust, and far more on whether it's done correctly, whether it's kept up to date, whether your loved ones understand it. A beautifully drafted trust that isn't funded doesn't help. A will that hasn't been updated in decades can create confusion. Clarity and follow-through matter more than labels. You should revisit your plan if you get married or divorced, you have or adopt children, you buy or sell property, your health changes, or your priorities shift. Estate planning isn't static, it should evolve with your life. If you've been stuck trying to decide between a will and a trust, you're not behind and you're not doing it wrong. The right plan is the one that fits your life right now with room to grow and change. If today's episode helped bring clarity, consider sharing it with someone who's also been overthinking this decision. Thanks for spending this time with me today. If you want more guidance like this, follow POMpod, the Peace of Mind podcast, wherever you listen. And if you're ready for help creating a plan that fits your family and your goals, you can learn more at gasperplan.com. Until next time, take care of yourself and take care of the people you love.